Good morning, Pirates, and welcome to PCTV News. I'm Victoria Guerra.
And I'm Sydney Edwards.
So, what are you going to be doing over spring break?
I leave for Florida tomorrow, so I'm excited. I'll be back on Thursday. What are you doing?
That's exciting. I am actually going to Antarctica.
Ooh, I heard the weather's really nice around this time of year.
It is. It's wonderful.
Fun.
Yep.
I'll have fun.
Thanks.
Juniors, the statewide ACT plus the writing portion will be administered on April 19th for all junior students. Seniors, Jostens will be here before school on March 29th to deliver cap and gowns. Make sure to stop by to pick yours up. Juniors, the offer still stands to earn a free or discounted prom ticket. Every point you earn takes $1 off of your ticket. You can sign up to help with the antique show on March 19th or the 20th. You can sign up to work concessions, help with setup, or bring in food items to earn you points for your prom. See Ms. Gail Martin or Mrs. Asel for more details. Seniors, don't forget Maple Woods is having a senior visit day on March 21st. This event is open for walk-ins and we'll be giving tours every hour starting at 10 a.m. And as always, check the counseling website for more scholarship opportunities. Now let's send over to Mal for an update on sports and weather.
Thanks, Sid. There is a girls' home soccer tournament on Saturday starting at noon. The tournament will continue next week, so wish them good luck. There is a track meet on Monday at UCM. Good luck, guys. Here's John Kingley with some insight on Debate Nationals.
June 12th through the 17th this year is Speech and Debate Nationals. It's in Salt Lake City, Utah this year. It's a week-long event full of the top students in the nation. Each district sends 3 in each event, which means that our district would send probably approximately near 100 kids, and it's national, so dealing with upwards of 1,000 competitors.
And now for the weather. Today, the high will be mostly sunny and 64, and tonight there will be a low of 38. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy with a chilly high of 49. That's all there is for sports and weather, but here's Coach Dorman with the Super Fan Winter Sports Winners.
Good morning, Pirates. Winter season's over, and all the scans have been tabulated, so we want to give away our Superfan prize. This year's big winner goes to PCTV's own Mallory Stoner. Mallory is getting her a Amazon Echo, plays music. She can talk to it. It'll give her the weather, traffic, anything like that. So spring sports are just around the corner. In fact, girls soccer starts on, as they said, on Saturday. So get out there, bring your IDs, and get them scanned, and we'll be giving away another prize sometime in May.
Thanks, Coach Dorman. And that's all there is for sports and weather. Back to you, Victoria.
Thanks, Mal. Current 9th, 10th, and 11th grade girls are continuing to be encouraged to apply for the year-long Girls Leadership Development Program. Applications are available online at womensfoundation.org, and the deadline is tomorrow. Platte County FBLA is hosting a Design It Yourself workshop on Thursday, March 31st from 5:30 to 8:30 here in Room 18 and Room 21. This event is open to all PCHA staff and students and community members. Please see Ms. Kasner, an FBLA member, for more information on this event. If you are a junior or senior and you have a guest with you coming to prom that doesn't go here, you can pick up a form for them in the front office. And speaking of prom, after prom tickets and prom tickets will be on sale the week after spring break. Academic awards are today at 1:30 in the auditorium. An event called Your World Empowered is coming April 20th from 6 to 7:30 at the Burns and McDonald World Headquarters. This event will help students explore the possibilities of a career in engineering, architect, drafting, environmental science, or construction management. Now let's wish happy birthday to all of those who are celebrating these next few days and over break.
Happy birthday to Grant Rundy, John Crawford, George McMillan, Zach Rolifson, Lake Cash, Sophia Wybright, Michaela Bell, Cameron Curry, Trey Dockery, Kevin Wynn, Reed Sutter, Sarah Burris, Jose de Santiago Herrera, Nathan Mayer, Taylor Maupin, Claire Wilhelm, DeAndre Rollins, Amara Spencer, Alana Taylor, Hunter Bowen, Paige Roden, Austin Shively, John Watts, Cassandra Daniels, Tristan Kenworthy, Javier Munoz, Selena Nguyen, Chandler Vest, Abigail White, Brittany Witt, Ketis Aichi, Taylor Sharp, Stephanie Carroll, Amanda Marty, Carson Rebeschini, Bailey Hernandez, Haley Nichols, and Julian Trelo. Now it's time for the world news.
So today is St. Patrick's Day, and it's a time to celebrate your Irish heritage. For those of you who didn't know, it was first celebrated as a religious holiday, but today we can expect parades and green-colored rivers.
The Michigan governor and EPA administrator will testify today while Congress learns more about the Flint water crisis. This incident has stopped residents from drinking from the tap, forcing the city in 2014 to move to using the Flint River as its new main water source.
For all those who filled out their brackets for the first round of the NCAA tournament begins today. There will be 16 games throughout today, including the number 1 seed Kansas Jayhawks going against Austin Peay Governors in Iowa.
The Metro in D.C. will open up again today after safety inspections that led to upset riders from the shutdown. The maintenance started after a fire breakout in the McPherson Square station on Monday. The Metro's CEO and general manager said there was very little risk to the public from the fire. Their plan for the morning was to have the lines in all 91 stations running again by 5 a.m.
An introduction for a book titled We Are Afghan Women, Voices of Hope was written by former First Lady Laura Bush. This book is about giving hope and a voice to Afghan women. She sat down with USA Today to touch on this topic and briefly talk about the 2016 presidential race. Stay tuned after the broadcast for an after-prom promo video and a safe and sober video sponsored by our SAD group.
That's all we have for you today, Pirates.
Thanks for watching PCTV News.
And have a great day.
If you're not first, you're last.
Wait, hold on. That's really not a good idea. Just talk to me for a minute. I guess you saw what just happened there. In case you missed anything, let me recap. So, two friends are planning to meet up after school at a third friend's house. I think her name was Emily. Anyway, Emily's parents are going away for the weekend because they have a superstar daughter who makes good grades, has the sweetest friends who they trust completely. She should be just fine for one night alone, right? Wrong. Little do they know that sweet Emily's friends have convinced her to throw a party. However, I really don't think it took too much convincing. So in a few short hours, they will be partying, you know, YOLO! While the whole time they're not even thinking about all the bad things that can happen. Drinking can lead to alcohol poisoning, sexual assault, getting arrested, hurt in a car wreck, or even worse, you could fall in a hole. Stow away in a boat to New Jersey and no one wants to go to New Jersey. Challenge Ryan Gosling to an ab contest. Fight a vampire, not the wimpy sparkly kind, the real kind. Accidentally join the CIA where you're the subject of a top secret experiment that turns you into a superhero, but a dumb superhero with dumb powers like burping glitter. You're the person who burps glitter, and it seems really cool, but then people start making you clean up the glitter, and clean up glitter is the worst thing in the world, so you find refuge by moving out of the country and hiding out in the mountains of India, but the food there makes you burp more, creating more glitter, so they send you to the US Embassy to get you out of their country, but the US Embassy won't take you because everyone hates glitter, and the next thing you know, you've created World War III all because of your dumb glitter, but really all because you decided to drink. Okay. So some of that might not really happen, but underage drinking is no joke. I recently went and talked to some students to find out what they think about drinking. Let's hear what they had to say.
Hold on, here we go.
I was never able to get girls in college, so I don't know why I'd be able to start now. Hey, do you want to be interviewed for something? You look like you have a face. Did you drink alcohol when you were in high school?
Only a couple times.
No.
Yes, I did.
Yeah?
No, sorry, I did not.
No.
No?
No.
No?
I did not.
Yeah.
Yes. We had one wine cooler apiece, and we just watched old movies all night.
Yeah, my senior year I did.
No.
Yeah.
Not much at all.
What old movies did you watch?
Chaplin movies.
I like you, you're weird.
I am weird.
So did you drink alcohol when you were in high school?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
No? Are you guys being honest?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So why do you think a lot of teens do drink alcohol?
I chose to because it was something that went on at social events and there wasn't really a way to escape it.
For me, it was more like a fitting in thing.
Like it's something that you shouldn't do, so that just makes them want to do it more.
I thought it was just a personal problem. I don't know.
How do you think they got their alcohol?
That's a good question. It's really easy, I think. Yeah.
I'd say older kids and then maybe older siblings or...
Oh, from my parents. Yeah.
Mine was just very good fake IDs.
Usually it was just present at the party
Yeah.
or at the social gathering.
Yeah. Social gathering, okay. I just like the idea of being like, hey man, you want to come to the social gathering tonight? We have a social gathering. So why did you choose not to drink?
Mostly because of religious reasons, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like dealing with drunk kids when I was in high school, so I didn't want to be one of those drunk kids.
I was just never really into the whole drinking scene.
I was trying to play college sport and I was told the negative effects that it could have on you. It was too much to lose and it wasn't worth it at all.
I like thinking clearly, so I never really participated in anything like that.
Don't be a dummy.
Thank you. Don't be a dummy. Have you ever driven while you've been under the influence?
No, surprisingly. I like my car too much.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No, I've never done it, and I don't let any of my friends drive under the influence.
I couldn't live with myself if I was the cause of somebody else's death.
One time I fake called my mom, told her I was drunk and I needed her to come pick me up, but my car just broke down.
Was your car drunk?
Yeah, probably.
It
was
sober.
knocked out. It was knocked out.
Have you ever ridden in the car with someone who is driving drunk?
Oh, no.
Absolutely not.
No, I don't play those games.
I would never put myself in that situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And what was that like?
Kind of terrifying.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was that like?
Well, I had been drinking too, so to me it seemed like, oh yeah, it was fine.
Yes.
Yeah. And how was it for you? How did you describe
It's uncomfortable. It's a poor choice on my part.
It was I was drunk too, so it was not really thinking about it, but looking back, it was kind of scary.
it? Did you have that moment that night or the next day where you're like, oh my gosh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. I was like, I can't believe that I got in that car.
Luckily, none of these teens were injured while riding in a car with someone who had been drinking. However, for some, the outcome is much different.
Tell me a little bit about Austin. We're trying to get to know him.
Well, he was a very incredible person.
Coming into this world, kicking and screaming, in a hurry.
He always had your back, no matter what.
Had a need to protect everyone.
He always tried to cheer you up when you're sad.
Always had to be the jokester, always.
You always knew when he was coming into class because he'd be the loudest.
Loving, laughing, mischievous.
He was really funny.
He could light up a whole room just by talking. That was Austin.
I was just getting to know him.
So the day of the wreck, let's talk a little bit about the events leading up.
School got out at 12:30 that day. You know, last day of school, summer break, had a summer job lined up. He come out to the house and he was with 3 other boys. One of them was the driver. I walked back outside with him and I was like, you know, you boys behave, have a good night, have fun. And one of the last things that was said to me from Austin was, "Mom, I love you." The other boys I didn't know really well. Ethan, the last words out of his mouth was, "Nothing's gonna happen to your boy on my watch."
I made plans with like 3 or 4 different people. Those plans fell through. And I texted Alyssa and she picked me up with Ethan and Austin and Tyler. I couldn't tell whenever they picked me up that he was like intoxicated.
He wasn't that bad when we picked her up.
Yeah.
He wasn't bad at all.
So then, was he drinking between the time you picked her up and the wreck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Our friend Forrest, the one that was behind us, he asked us to get in the vehicle with him, but we just didn't. He asked Ethan for the keys too, but he didn't give them.
What do you remember about the wreck?
We passed on a no passing zone. We passed our friends. And when we passed, he like overcorrected twice. And that's when we started to roll.
Right about where we are here now is where the vehicle came to rest after coming around the curve at a high rate of speed. I would say it was running between 80 and 85 miles per hour, roughly.
I remember like the sounds of everything, like it was crazy. And I blacked out going out the window, and then whenever I was laying on the ground, it felt like it was all quiet at first for a little bit, and then like you could hear her like way in the background like making noises.
The vehicle was here on its side. There were several items strode across the road, tools. There was an ice chest laying on the side of the road up there. There were beer cans all over the place, as well as 4 other individuals besides Mr. Elliott needing immediate medical attention.
I broke 7 vertebrae in my back, right femur, my pinky. I lost all hearing in my left ear. I shattered my temple and I had brain bleeding.
I broke my shoulder in 2 places. I shaved off my right elbow completely, and I cracked a rib and fractured my hip.
Austin was approximately 65 feet from where the truck came to rest at to where his body came to rest. And in this situation, it was pretty dramatic injuries and pretty gruesome visual.
What my job is to find out cause and manner of death. The cause of death was severe head trauma in this case.
I got a phone call a little bit before 11 that there had been a wreck, they thought, somewhere on 160, which is where we live. And I couldn't reach Austin. And the minute that I couldn't reach him, it was like something had been ripped out of me.
Whenever Miss Elliott arrived, I was here. I was actually assisting the EMS crews. I observed her arrive. One of the Missouri Highway Patrol officers, troopers, made contact with Miss Elliott and advised her that her son had died in the accident.
I remember being grabbed and just fighting to want to get over there to him. And they said, "Ma'am, he's gone." We have arrested the driver under the suspicion of drinking and driving.
Miss Elliott fell to the ground crying, screaming. It was a very, very traumatic deal for her.
I don't remember much after that, other than what they told me. One of the girls in the wreck says her nightmares are my screams.
You mentioned as we were walking that there were beer cans all over. Was it pretty evident when you first got here that alcohol probably played a role in this accident?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Several of the teenagers that I came into close contact with when assisting EMS, I smelled that off of them as well. So it was a very, very obvious fact that alcohol played a key role in this tragic event.
Thinking about it now, I mean, somebody died in this wreck. How does that make you feel?
Horrible. Yeah. Just stupid. I just don't understand why him.
What was the funeral like for you?
Unbearable, undescribable. Because that's when you really had to face the fact that he was gone.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about this and what happened and about him, ever.
What I feel every day, I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. It's not worth it at all.
I think two things that I wish teens understood is number one, their decisions affect lots of other people other than just themselves, and number two would be the consequences that their decisions make, sometimes lifelong consequences.
There isn't a second of the day that I don't ache for my son. I got to see my child for the last time in a way that no parent should ever see their child. And it's not worth it.
True or false? Are there more teens that don't drink alcohol compared to teens that do drink alcohol but don't later, but earlier have had it, but then stop having it?
What? That question is worded very weirdly.
True or false? More teens don't drink alcohol than do drink alcohol.
I don't know. That could go either way. True, I think. I would say true.
I would think that's true.
False.
True. True.
I say there are more teens that don't drink alcohol, but we hear more about the teens who do drink alcohol.
I say true.
False. I think more teens do drink alcohol.
I would want to say false.
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 Wrong. Actually, 2 out of 3 don't drink alcohol. Does that surprise you?
Yeah, it does surprise me.
But the perception often is like, oh my gosh, everyone's doing it, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, that's just because television and movies make you think that.
But then you find out that there's a lot of people who are just like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. So, do you think kids are more concerned about getting caught by their parents or getting caught by the police?
Probably by their parents, I think.
Police.
Parents.
Parents.
Yeah, parents for sure. I'd probably be more scared of my parents finding out than the police.
Your parents could really bring the hammer if they wanted to.
My mom could put the fear of God in someone, so police.
Probably the police, not my parents.
Police.
Yeah. But in high school, I'm pretty sure I just didn't care at all.
Disappointing your parents and getting in trouble with the law can carry serious consequences that could stay with you way past high school.
First off,
A DWI is expensive. Between fines, court costs, and attorney fees, you are looking at a minimum of $2,000. This doesn't include the years of high insurance costs and the mandatory education classes. Your driver's license will be suspended for 3 months or longer, so you will have to get a ride everywhere. Also, it is important to know that under the Missouri Graduated Driver's License Law, you cannot graduate to an under 21 full driver's license if you have had any alcohol-related offenses, which means your drive times and passengers will continue to be restricted after you turn 18. Did you know that most colleges require you to answer the question, have you been convicted of a crime? If you have a DWI on your record, the answer to that question is yes, and your application will most likely end up in the denied stack. Many job applications and loan paperwork from a bank ask the same question, so good luck getting a job or borrowing money from a bank. A DWI conviction will close the door on many potential career options. For instance, an accountant, architect, counselor, lawyer, physician, or veterinarian all require a license or certification that you may not be eligible for if you've been convicted of a crime. You see, one mistake now can change the course of your life forever. Stay safe and sober.
Sorry. I went off in my mind and looked at the camera. Turn my mind off. Last question. Did you ever have a conversation with your parents about alcohol?
No.
Yes.
No, I don't ever recall a conversation with mom or dad about alcohol. Never.
Maybe like when they were drinking, but not like, I don't know.
I think informally they did.
No.
No.
No, it was just never really something that was brought up at my house. It just like kind of didn't exist.
I mean, the conversation when they found out and nearly killed me for it, but
What'd they say?
Just whatever I decide to do, don't get in the car.
For us, it's always been just don't do it.
My mom just she was really strict, so it was just kind of like, you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do this, and I didn't.
Yeah, I grew up with older siblings, so like it was present in their high school careers, and so I got to see the aftermath and kind of, got parented from that situation.
My parents, they just told me, be responsible and you know what you are supposed to do and aren't.
So they basically just told me it's not worth it. You have too much going for you.
One word, or two rather. Don't be stupid. 3 words. 3 words. I'm tired, man.
I love it so much that you had the wrong number of words for the phrase, don't be
Twice,
stupid.
3 times? Yeah.
The relationship between a teenager and parent can be tough. Many times there's a lot of talking and no one listening. We recently gave some high school students the chance to hear what their parents really had to say, and it was pretty interesting. Check it out.
You and I are just going to talk. I'm just going to ask you a series of questions about one of your favorite topics. What's something that when you think about her, it makes you smile? What was the last fight you guys had? What do you worry about? How would you best describe your relationship? Do you have a nickname for Kyle? How would you describe your relationship?
We have a really good relationship.
It's good. I think it's good.
I've always tried to, be a mom and not try to be, their best friend.
No topic is off limits if he wants to talk about things. He's very open with us.
I think she wishes I wasn't a dad all the time. I think I wish I wasn't a dad all the time.
We're very open with each other. I don't keep secrets from her. I don't believe she keeps them from me. We talk about everything. We do have a great relationship.
What's your favorite thing to do with her?
Just to sit, just to talk. When I can not be dad for a few minutes and just listen to her and look at her and take in what she is my wonderful little girl.
As soon as we get in the car, she talks nonstop, and I love it. I love listening to it, and I love that because I feel like she's opening up to me. And we drive, and we get home, we get in the driveway, and I don't even turn the car off. We get in the driveway, and we just talk, and that's probably my favorite time with her because I just feel so bonded and connected, and nothing's gonna stop us from finishing our conversation.
What's your greatest fear? What do you worry about?
I think the biggest fear for me would be somebody hurting him.
My worry is, or my fear would be, is making a decision that is going to hurt him or maybe hurt somebody else.
He'd end up with a group of people that left him behind somewhere dangerous,
or would lead him into something that he wasn't expecting, that he didn't know.
What makes you nervous with the daughter is that she'll be hurt.
She's gonna get kidnapped, or she's just gonna meet somebody that one night at the football game that can change her whole life.
There was no manual to being a parent to a teenager.
There's all kinds of terrible things that can happen. So you just hope that you've given them the tools to recognize a problem.
I worry that one day she'll stop being her.
What's something that maybe you don't tell him as often as you wish you did?
But I love him, and I care. I'm not out to just make life miserable. It's not my intention. I do care, I do love him. Would like to cultivate a better relationship, I think. That's absolutely what I would tell him. What are you doing here? I love you.
I tell her all the time I couldn't imagine my life without her, and she's the most important thing to me, but I don't think even with that she gets where I'm really coming from. One thing I want her to grasp is not every day is guaranteed, and every decision you make has a consequence. You may not see it now, but there is a consequence to every decision you make, good or bad. And so that's something I want her to grasp.
I would want them to know that they're special and that there's only one of them. And don't forget that. And that there's not another you, and you're important. Are you here? I love you. I'm proud of both of you. Oh my goodness.
I would do anything that it takes to keep you safe. And the things I do you don't like are generally about trying to keep you safe. And I want you to know how much I would do that for you. But I want us to always be together. Hi, sweetie. And I want her to stay small enough that she can sit on my lap. I love you, sweetie.
Love you too.
We love him to the moon and back. There's just not even any way to explain, not just that we love him, but we like him. I like him. I think the biggest thing is that I respect him. I respect who he is, and I would want him to know that. Hi there.
Hi.
Could have known you were there. I wouldn't have said all those nice things. How are you? I love you.
Hello, I'm Kurt Larson, the founder of Missouri Safe and Sober. As a trial lawyer who represents victims of alcohol-related crashes, I am reminded daily of the damage drinking can cause, especially for teenagers. Your generation is under unique pressures that are difficult for any adult to understand. However, I want you to know that when it comes to alcohol use, you always have a choice. It is never too late to start a safe and sober lifestyle. Every single one of you will soon be given a pledge card. Signing it will be up to you. By signing this pledge card, you are making the choice to be safe and sober, and you define what that is. This pledge gives you several options, and it will mean different things to each of you. Some of you will pledge to not drink alcohol until you are at least 21 years old. Some of you will pledge to never drink and drive. You can choose all of the above. All I ask is that you please give the pledge card some thought and pledge something meaningful to you. Taking a stand against underage drinking takes courage, but I am confident that together you and your friends can create a school where it is the trend not to drink rather than the other way around. When you sign the pledge card, you will be making a difference in your life, the lives of your friends, and at your school. Taking this pledge is a brave decision, and I thank you for choosing to be safe and sober.
Tell us why you choose to be safe and sober. Instagram or tweet your reason for taking the pledge. Be sure to use the hashtag MySNSReason. Random prizes will be given for fun and creative posts.